I'm Ruby, and this is my mom who's going to teach us how to make a rock garden.
Okay, the first thing we need for a rock garden is a cement trough. They come in all different shapes and sizes, and they're actually very heavy. We're going to fill it with alpine soil. I'm going to say about 2 inches from the top.
Where can you find this soil? Where do you get it?
Alpine soil, most gardening stores sell alpine soil. It's specifically used for succulents because it drains very quickly. There's a lot of sand in it. There's a lot of little teeny rocks in it, which makes it drain, and it's also a very alkaline soil. You wouldn't want to plant flowers in it. It's made specifically for succulents. So, the first thing many people do is position their rock in a rock garden. I like to put it in after because then I get a feel for where it belongs. So let's put a few plants in before we decide where the rock's going to go.
So can you tell us a little bit about succulents?
Succulents are a very hardy plant. They're part of the cactus family. As I said, they need soil that drains very well, and they come from the mountains. That's where you'll find wild succulents. They literally grow out of the rocks on the mountains.
All right, so what's our first step?
Well, let's put our first succulent in. I usually start with the biggest one. This is called hens and chicks. The reason it's called hens and chicks is because these are the hens and these are the little chicks. And as this grows, hundreds of chicks will grow out of.
Really?
Yes. So I'm gonna tuck this right up next to the edge here. Okay, so we have the first nice big succulent in. If you were looking at this, what would you think should go next to it?
Maybe something a little taller?
Something a little taller, which these are little baby irises.
Is it true that if the roots are growing too deep and you have too much soil, it's okay to just break some of the soil up?
You should break it up because it's packed in very tight, and if you loosen it a little and take some soil out, it helps the roots breathe, and that's exactly what we want. They'll grow much better once the root starts breathing. So we're going to take this out of here. And we'll break up the root ball a little bit. And I think we should tuck it in right next to the hens and chicks. How do you think that looks?
Great, it's a nice contrast.
Right, color and size. Okay, now we have something tall. What would you think should go next to that?
Maybe something a little bushier?
Bushier, maybe something that hangs over. We also want to keep color in mind. We have a little red, we have green.
Maybe this nice brighter,
the brighter yellow
green.
One, or this is a bluish green. Which would you rather put?
Let's do this one.
Okay, let's put that.
Let's get something bright in there.
Let's get some yellowish green in there. Okay, so position it right next to this, and you want it to hang over. So let's perfect. Gently. And when this grows, it's going to hang over the side. And we just put a little soil there to anchor it. Okay. You think this might be a good time to think about where our rock is going to go?
Maybe right in the middle? We have this nice area. Or what do you think? How do you usually choose where to put the rock?
You know, I don't usually put it in the middle. I don't like it to be too symmetrical. Do you like that better?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, then we'll put it there. And we'll lift these up so that they will start to grow over the rock. Okay, so now we have a few more plants that we have to place in the trough. What?
Maybe this blue one next. We don't have anything like this color in there yet.
Right, this is called sedum.
Can you explain to us how you take it out of here?
Well, I squeeze the sides to loosen up the soil. as gently
It's okay if
as...
all of this comes off. Right?
Yeah, no, that's fine, because we have plenty of soil in here. Maybe put a little more in here. Now, where are you thinking this should go? Here or on
I
this?
think over there.
Over here, okay. So, once again, we want it right up to the top. Now, we have 2 plants to choose from. Actually, we can probably fit them all. I think we can. I would say that this little, which does not look very impressive right now, but this flowers with the most amazing purple flowers in a couple of weeks. They're dark, dark purple. Okay, so we have one more plant that we're gonna position right in here. Why don't you try to get it out using the method I showed you.
So we want to squeeze the sides.
Squeeze it to loosen it up and very gently turn it upside down. We don't want to damage the plant. Perfect. And
Should I take some?
you loosen it up, turn it upside down, and now loosen up. And some of it will fall off. We don't need it all. One is also going to trail over the side of the trough, so we want to put it as close to the edge as possible because it will grow over, and that looks really pretty. Okay, so now to complete our rock garden, we are going to add little tiny rocks, which is when they grow in the mountains, they're usually surrounded by little rocks, and that's how they poke through. So we're going to place them everywhere there's
I'll let
soil.
you do this.
Well, you're doing a good job.
Oh.
Everywhere where there's soil. What these rocks also do is they hold in the moisture. So if you can't water it for a few days, it will be fine because it stays moist.
So can you tell us a little bit in general about caring for a rock garden and what it requires?
Okay, rock gardens are made of succulents, which are very hardy plants. They require a little bit of water each day. They only take as much as they need because remember we are using soil that drains quickly. So whatever water they don't need will drain out of this pot, which has a hole on the bottom. And I suggest feeding your succulents once a week with a basic plant food. Usually it's about a tablespoon per gallon.
So, can you tell us what precautions we have to take during each season?
Well, they will take care of themselves all summer and through the fall. Some of these will flower late summer, early fall. Then comes winter, and these succulents, which love the sun all summer, actually love the snow. The snow protects them, it insulates them, and since these are perennials, it assures us that they will come back next year because they're well protected with the snow. One key thing to keep in mind come winter time, if you do keep your troughs on a deck, as I do here, you want to be sure to bring them down and put them on the ground. Believe it or not, the ground insulates them, keeps them warmer because there isn't air flowing all around them. And the best thing for these is snow. Once they get covered with snow, they're insulated for the winter. They will mostly die back. You won't see much green. And then come springtime, they'll all come back.
And here we have another beautiful rock garden to add to our collection. And if you notice, every one is different and unique in its own way.
Well, don't